8 randomized ping frame rate. Yep.
Oh my god, a pink frame rate randomized. Guys, can the viewers will be switching streams? Serato, message me in on Twitch. I will get you the code for the platinum.
Thanks a lot.
Let someone just. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm handing it off to you. See you guys later. Goodbye.
All right. So thank you, Michael. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Zanagoth. Yeah, I just want to test the mic volume. Can everyone hear me? Is it okay? All right. All right, the mic volume seems good. So, all right, so a little bit of a self-introduction. My name is Zanagoth. If you haven't heard of me before, basically what I do is I do the 8 frame rates. Basically, I take one frame and we run 8 people with it. So today I've got my whole squad with me today, and we are gonna be doing an 8 randomized frame ping frame rate. So how this is gonna work? I know it sounds a bit, complicated, but essentially what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be running all 3 raids with the same loadout. However, the catch is this loadout is actually randomized. So I'm going to go ahead and randomize my own loadout as an example, and then I'll explain the rules of how this, how this raid is going to work. So I'm gonna go to my random loadout, alright, and I'm going to hit randomize. Okay, so what we got is Misa, Etika, Despair, Frago Prime, Shade, Prisma Shade, and Super Prime. Alright, so yeah, you can hear the voices of my other teammates. Alright, so I'm gonna introduce them one by one. Albino Blackie, Elof, Hans Julian, Kenko LV, Razor SG, Tampon T-Bag, and UEFA, but he's called Narration. So so this is how it's gonna work. We're gonna randomize our frames, alright, and then after that we're gonna color them all pink in support of breast cancer, which is what this stream is all about. So, I've already done my randomization, so I'm going to go to the Law of Retribution screen right now. And what we're going to do is on the count of 3. I'm going to give the countdown. On the count of 3, everyone is going to randomize their loadout. So it's live. You can see, that everyone is getting a random set of equipment, and that we're not rigging this, we're not cheating or anything. So yeah, if everyone is ready, on the count of 3, 2, 1, go.
On. And what I get? I don't want. Okay.
All right. So whoa, what's going on? Don't randomize more than once, guys. Alright, so the rules of this is that if you get a frame that you have a better version of, so let's say I have 2 Frost Primes, one from the Twitch Prime with Prime that's rank 0, and a Frost Prime that's also my original Frost Prime, which is rank 30. I can change to that Frost because we want to encourage raiding, responsible raiding, where people basically bring the best, most equipped mod setup. There's also the rule that you can change the mods on the frame, However, you are not allowed to change your weapon. So, because some of the normal weapons also have a very distinctive performance difference compared to their, between their normal and prime variants, and that's kind of why we want to prevent that. Like Cernos and Cernos Prime behave very differently from each other. Alright, so we're gonna be doing a lore first with 8 pink frames. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a pink fashion frame, as is everyone else in my squad. Essentially everyone just go ahead and take a little bit of time to pink fashion frame, and yeah, since this is a charity stream, I don't really have anything special lined up, unfortunately. However, I do encourage you guys to donate because it's a good cause, So, if we're gonna do a pink fashion frame, I think we can start with the Valentine palette. Valentine is a very good palette for, pinks and shades, hues of pink. And if you don't really have the Valentine palette, you can, use Easter, which is also another event palette. If you don't, Infested is more purple than anything. But you can also use...
I send you the color palette.
You can use the Classic and Classic Saturated.
I sponsor you the color palette.
I already have it. Alright, so
Okay.
I kind of want to make something more interesting in the sense that I don't want it to be pure, eye-burning pink. I do want to make it, a comfortable, cohesive fashion frame.
How to...
So everyone just take your time and do a quick fashion frame in pink. And if you can, and if you have it, please use the ribbon as well, because
The ribbon's wrong color.
What?
Ribbon.
it's yellow in color, but it does represent
Used what?
a good cause.
Got
So
me?
yes, the harmony ribbon
Harmony
for the
ribbon
chest.
please.
Yep.
No, the ribbon.
So we're gonna be doing a fast. We're gonna be doing a fast fashion frame. Oh, I have the
Come on, LB, please.
Mesa Falcon helmet. It is awesome.
Aduh, Dread, yeah. Why out of all the weapon I get this one?
So remember the color remember the color pink? Yep. So
Can
Can I promo
looking
my Dread?
it's looking pretty good. Yeah, sure, go ahead and do whatever you need to do to your dread. Just don't change it, since that's what we're running with for all 3 raids. We also Inaros Limbo, Trinity, Inaros Limbo, Atlas, Mesa, Sarin, Excalibur, and Nyx. Good. We don't have any repeats. One of the concerns early on was that we would have more than 3 of the same frame. It's very unlikely considering there are like 34 frames in Warframe, but that was an early concern because in Lore Nightmare, you can only bring up to 2 of each frame, prime or not. So yeah. I'm glad to see that there isn't that problem. So I'm going to be giving her some attachments real fast. I wonder what's good for her.
Sakura, no point building maiming, right?
Hey, what can I do with my hit sword rank 13? This one is from the free...
The free sword.
sword,
Yeah, unfortunately in the case of Hans, he got in the case of Hans he got the heat sword from the free sword promo code. But that's kind of the problem of this, is that you just have to take what you're given and kind of run with it. So yeah. Unfortunately for me, I'm not able to read chat consistently all the time, which is a bit unfortunate, because I have it on a separate monitor which is quite far away. But I will try my best to voice out about the donations as they come in. So yeah, feel free to donate, and
Jana, where is your stream, by the way? I cannot see.
it's the Warframe fan channels. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give her the Solstice Daedalus, since that's kind of what I run on my main frame. For legs, we have the I think we can run with the Nidina, which I haven't actually used on some of my fashion frames as well. It looks... Actually, Nidina isn't that great. Who knew that fashion was so important?
By the way, I'd like to thank TNL Mitchell for the unhoused gift in the last segment.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty entertaining section as well.
Put my energized set to work. Really had to go out there for it.
Alright, so for the sake of saving time, I will copy my main colors. My front sigil will be Community of Tenno, because, you know, why not spread the love? Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me, I'm not done.
Increase the alpha. I think a white color would be good. Yes, a white color would be good.
You love you mean Trinity, yeah? You
So-
have the solo Trinity, right?
Show some
I'm
heart.
not running dual.
Community of
I'm
Tenno.
I'm running a pure
Okay.
dual.
Back sigil, I think
I mean, you have to cover for everyone lah.
just
I don't
a
think everyone
simple.
here can...
Y'all make sure you're on quick thinking.
Once you
never
cannot.
mind.
Distance, it's not working. It's fine.
So
it's
give
fine.
me a moment.
Definitely fine. We won't die.
I will be moving this up.
Wait, out of the things, we still got Atlas also. Oh my god.
Who got Atlas, by the way? Atlas is...
Albi.
Oh, LV.
Albi.
Speechless.
Oh no. We got Atlas, oh.
Atlas is a really bad frame for Law because he doesn't have consistent CC, unfortunately. Petrify is a very bad source of CC because it scales with strength, which most CC builds actually kind of dump. And it's kind of unfortunate, but on the plus side, you know, he does get to punch things, so. Alright, so for the emblem, is there anything that we can use?
I haven't shared Albi the build yet, yeah.
I usually just use the courier emblems, so I'll keep it simple. For the Sayandana, I will be using...
Oh my.
Energize.
I do have the Rapala Sayandana, which is what I put my Energize on. Sayatin Sayandana, which is also what I put Energize on, unfortunately. And is there anything that shows support for breast cancer?
Vipala.
Rapala. Alright, so for the sake of efficiency, I will just be using the Rapala Sayandana. It's a little bit bright, so I will be toning it down a little bit for the Sayandana, since it is a little bit bright and I don't want to blind you guys half the time during the stream. Tone it down to
Wait, you're
a...
the Mesa, right? Bring the boom boom build.
Appreciate it.
Oh dear. No, I don't want to bring the boom boom build. Alright, so this is the completed fashion frame. I think in terms of the weaponry, if we take time to fashion frame it, it will take a little bit too long. And I'm sure most of you are excited to see the actual raid content. So for me, my fashion frame is pretty much done. And yeah. So I will be using the Arcanes, which is this is Arcane Precision, I think, on my Mesa Falcon helmet, and Arcane Energize on my Rapala Sayandana. Alright, so now we're gonna go to my personal build, which is... I have 3 builds actually. This is my personal focus farming kind of build where I bring it into Exima Stronghold sorties and, you know, I kind of gun everything down. And I have the CC build, which is the Boom Boom build, which focuses on Shooting Gallery, which basically blinds enemies every time it jumps to an ally. So I will probably be using this Muzzle Flash build because of how useful it is in terms of CCing enemies all around me. So yes. Alright, so far I think Albi and Limbo, Albi, Kenko and Hans still have to set things up.
good, fam.
Yeah, ready up if you're ready.
So
Oh,
if you,
wait,
for
I
those
forget
of you
what's
who
that.
are ready with your fashion frame and your weaponry, do mark yourself as ready. So in terms
They're
of
running vacuum.
the weapon modding, my Attica is modded for a basic crit build. My Despair, unfortunately, Despair is Despair. It does somewhat dismal damage even with a Riven, so I probably won't be touching it much. And then there's Fragor Prime, which is one of the most hard-hitting weapons in the game. Unfortunately, it's also very slow, so this is my personal build. It's a basic Blood Rush build that scales crit the more combo you build because of Blood Rush. And it has Prime Fury and Berserker, which I personally feel you need because Fragor Prime is a very, very slow weapon, unfortunately. So we'll just wait for the others to ready up, and then once everyone is ready and they let me know, I will be starting the raid.
Okay. Let me cut in. Ready when ready. Please do final checks. Make sure you have your arcanes. Make sure you have enough pizzas, and make sure you have the specters for the normal part.
So we
Moment,
do
I
have
want to change Arcane.
5 CP, which is great. So if anyone has questions about raiding,
Specified.
please direct them to me, and I'll see if I can. If I read them, I'll try to answer them as best as possible.
If you
Wait,
read them.
no, I want to
Oh,
put
wow,
some
thank
Arcane.
you.
Oh,
No weapon colors matching. You are triggered. All right, sure. I'll see what I can do about it. Oh, I can copy Warframe colors. Great.
Yeah, just copy your friend colors.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
you didn't do that, huh?
I
What
forgot.
the heck?
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're fine. We're fine. Oh, pink Fragor. That actually looks coherent.
Yeah.
Give me a moment. Let me change the accents to a more whitish color, pinkish whitish
I got
color.
the Snipertron.
My Excalibur have some kind of black that cannot be replaced. Oh yeah.
As long as
Some
it's
black color.
majority pink, that's fine.
The black completely black.
That's okay. As long as you try your best. Do you need platinum to be viable for raiding in this game? No, you do not. It does help definitely, but you know, even a basic Excalibur, as long as you have the right mods, can do a raid just fine. So that's an important thing to note. And if you're not sure about raiding, if you want to learn raids but you're not confident, or you're scared, or you know, you don't really want to deal with public teams, you can always check out the Warframe Raid School Bus, which is a Discord server that teaches all the raids from top to bottom very thoroughly, and they don't discriminate against anyone. They are very welcoming, they're very professional about it. So definitely do check them out if you want to learn raiding but you're not confident, you're not sure, or whatever reason. Unfortunately, it is PC only, but that's kind of what we have to deal with, because as far as I understand, the console raiding community is a bit disparate, unfortunately, just because of the nature of the platform. Anyway, so if everyone is ready, we are still waiting for Albino Blackie to ready up his Atlas. Oh, you're ready. Alright, so just mark yourself as ready.
We good to go?
Alright, so if everyone is ready, we will be starting soon. Just one last thing before we go. I think it will be good for everyone to just say what build they're running for their frame. So I think Elof is running an EV, is that right?
Yep, EV.
Elof is running an EV Trinity.
Vampire Trinity, so
Narration is running Inaros, and he'll probably be doing a max range build, if I understand. It's just meant to blind enemies all around. Kenko is running Limbo, which is a somewhat disruptive frame to lore, because if you accidentally banish a teammate while they are on a pad, they will actually count as a D-pad, which can be very dangerous. So Kenko does have to watch his Kenko does have to watch the way he casts his abilities. You know, Atlas is Atlas. I don't think there's really anything else he can do rather than punch people.
Just has to not die.
Yep. Razor is Nyx, which is a chaos build probably. Assimilate is also somewhat useful. Hans is probably running a blind Excalibur, and Temple T-Bag is probably running just. He's probably just spreading viral procs amongst the enemies so that we can finish them off better. And I am running a blind Mesa, which is relying on a low duration muzzle flash augment to blind enemies every time it goes off. Fair warning, the muzzle flash augment is very loud, so you guys will have to prepare your ears. So with all that said and done, I think we're ready to start, so let's go.
Okay, confirm Salim is carrier, right?
Yeah,
Okay, then final checks,
I
right?
think I bring arcade then.
I'll kill you. Final checks, right? Everything is
Serious, yo.
Okay, all your arcanes, your builds are locked in, right? Okay, I'm starting.
Yep.
Alright,
Everybody good luck with pieces, make sure you got enough pieces with you.
I'll just go with the super everything build lah.
Running 200. Now just open one DCs.
alright. The raid is starting.
Don't die.
Razor, make sure you don't DC.
I won't say.
How do you use Limbo in lore? Usually we don't.
You don't use that.
Limbo is
Maybe you should.
Limbo is discouraged in lore because he has the potential to ruin everything. That's unfortunately how the frame works. So, why is Albi's?
Abi,
Why are you orange?
That's not orange, that's okay.
pink man.
It's a very good sap.
It's orange.
That's orange.
It's orange.
That's flesh pink.
Oh, whatever lah. Let's go.
That's flesh
Alright,
pink.
so
Don't vanish, please. Don't vanish.
Not that no.
so we'll be starting the raid. As you just heard, the first explosion just went off. That is the muzzle flash augment. It's pretty loud, unfortunately, but that's kind of what we have to deal with.
This is a dry run, not messing with it.
We will be running this randomized setup for all three raids, by the way. So we will be doing Law, then Law Nightmare, then JV.
Guys, no portal, please.
There's no portal. There's no Nova.
Yeah, no portal. Please open the door.
Open yourself.
The rat weapon, right?
Carrier temple, I don't see. Okay, never mind, got you. Someone to cover room.
Yeah, I got room.
Are we checking for rares? So, important thing to note for those of you who are new to rares, rare crates and Ayatans spawn much more frequently during raids. So it is possible to get multiple Ayatans during a raid, and I just got pounced by a medic. Ouch. We don't have blast, please don't shoot the bomb. Alright, so never mind, I'll just self-revive. By the way, don't do that. Don't shoot the bomb in lore unless you have a bless or some kind of damage mitigation like Volt Shield in front of the bomb, because you will kill your teammates.
Oh no, I forget to mount the G.
Same, I forgot
I knew it. Yeah, for Nightmare, you are probably going to need that too.
Yeah. I mean, when you random something, you're bound to forget something.
Alright.
Like you energize me very effective anyway.
That's true.
High Warframe RSB. Alright, so in this case, I am stuck behind a door, but I can solve it by using the operator.
She's watching, I'm actually very embarrassed.
Is it what you're supposed to do?
So sloppily.
Alright, so
It's meant to be sloppy.
Cover with my staff, please.
Death is also a great form of CC in law,
Stop ED my target.
but don't always kill everything off, because like Elof just said, if you kill everything off, there's nothing to EV. That's my bad.
Actually, gets
Okay.
messy.
Don't make things difficult for your Trinity. So in this case, we don't have a blast, so we just shoot the bomb from afar. Attica is not a good weapon for shooting the bomb because it's projectile. Usually we use a hit scan weapon to shoot the bomb to speed things up.
Hey, no spawn, no spawn.
Okay. No energy.
No
that's
energy.
Bizarre, bizarre.
No enemies, I mean. Sorry about that.
Hey, don't pet.
So on the stream side, is everyone having fun? And yes, good morning to all those of you who are in the United States. And if you're from anywhere else, good afternoon or good evening or whatever time zone you are in. Hope you're having a great time. And hope you guys are enjoying the stream. This is a 8 randomized pink frame raid. And we're doing this for breast cancer. I'm taking the room, don't worry. I'll clear it up.
Where's the stuff? Oh, yeah.
Don't shoot the bomb.
Ateno has fallen. Revive them.
Yep, that's the muzzle flash augment. We did do an 8 Mesa raid quite a while ago, which was 8 muzzle flash, and trust me, it was a terrible experience. Because everyone was just, if you stood together, it was just like fireworks going off next to you.
Ooh, double rare.
So yes, this is a rare. This is an earth rare actually. As you can tell, it's covered by moss, and these will drop the earth capturer scenes. There are 3 of them, and yeah, if you are interested in farming these or collecting these capturer scenes, do consider doing raids, because we got, I think, all these scenes within a week of release, just because of how frequently these rares spawn in lore. So yeah. Yeah, now we can't get rid of them because we have like 30.
Can't be so.
They can, but they're like 5 plat each on the market, and no one really wants.
Credits, I mean.
Yeah, you can sell them for credits as well.
Okay, now but
So this is a fun little cubby hole. Okay. Oh, I got stuck.
What a nice features. Can't we fix this?
It looks like you were able to defeat the toxin.
I missed.
Excellent work. We've got him on the run. Chase him down and
Okay,
deliver
now
true justice.
Jana.
Alright. Ciphers have a hotkey. It is called Y. So usually if you want to hack something, you press X and then you press Y. Some of the speedrunners have it bound to a macro and you never see the cipher screen at all. That's how fast they are.
You can set it to your.
Oh, I forgot to color my Lisette pink. Oh, what a shame.
I have never encountered a security system
Is
like
anybody
this.
getting
Tenno.
frame spike?
You need to figure
No.
out a way to open that door.
I'm fine.
Some frame spike.
No, only you.
Okay, never mind.
One of the downsides of this build is that Shatter Shield, which is very powerful and allows Mesa to tank a lot of range damage, is only 16 seconds long, so that's kind of something I have to keep in mind.
Next year. Next weapon too.
So yes, this is the lore puzzle stage, and basically how this works is there are a number of lights up here on the screen, and there are 4 consoles on these sides of the room.
Nara or Hans do the calling?
Oh nah.
I'm a bit distracted.
So when someone hacks one of the consoles, the correct one will glow yellow,
We'll stay here, yeah.
and if you hack the correct console, a symbol will appear on the screen here, and these symbols correspond to each of the pads. So if, let's say, this symbol shows up on the screen, I will have to stand on this pad. Now, if you leave the pad or are knocked off by, let's say, a Power Fist or a Scorpion, the puzzle will reset, and those people who are standing on pads will get electrocuted. So yes, don't
Atlas here.
mess it up.
It's an amber star,
Atlas
by the
here.
way.
Could you bless me?
No.
I think in this case,
Napalm.
Oh man.
oh, that's an Ember
Mesa
Star.
here.
Sorry guys.
This is a bit RNG for today. Jana,
Hans.
you here, Jana?
Alright, on my way.
Okay. Next panel, mid-side. Okay, thank you. Oh no. I take this one. The rest of you go.
I have to constantly keep my second skill up just to make sure everything is blinded. We do have CC. It's just that this isn't the conventional raid loadout.
Enough, you here.
We are used to having a very full complement of crowd control.
That one.
A common combo is Disarm Loki,
My weapon was wrong.
a Slow Nova,
On my way.
Next, mid.
and a Stomp Rhino with maximum range so that he can kind of suspend all the enemies in the air as long as possible. Rhino is a great frame for Law because he can stomp a wide area and kind of keep enemies suspended in the air for
This one.
relatively little setup.
So something's a bomb
Tapon.
Yeah, bomb
Monkey.
was the one.
It also kind of sucks that I'm forced to use
Last one.
all projectile weapons. But it is good that Peacemakers are a hit scan weapon in this case.
Eh? Tampon. Wrong eh. Limbo is,
Elof, is there any rare in that room?
Let's go.
No? Okay, good.
Who are the tanky frames? I'll drive.
I am the
Okay,
tank
you're from
frame by far.
War.
Tanky frames, we have Inaros, we have Atlas.
Breaches
Yep,
extraction.
those are the tankiest frames we have right now.
Society.
Hey, by the way, I want to take the Ember.
Alright,
let me take the
as long as everyone covers.
number 8.
So this is the hijack phase.
In order to keep moving
Hijack phase, there will be electricity on the rails, and if the core runs into them, it will take damage. In Law Nightmare, it's an immediate failure if the core gets shocked, so don't do that.
No, it's
No more. No more.
I have no nameplate on Twitch. That's fine. You know, I'm just Zanagoth. I think the raid bot also kind of tells who is streaming right now, so that's fine. In this case,
the Tran is retreating.
everyone has taken a pet, so I will just be focusing on clearing out the enemies.
Alright, stay.
Usually, so how Law works usually is that there is one person, usually the host, who drives the core and who calls out when it's safe for the players on the pets to come off.
What's the goal?
China.
Alright, awesome.
Okay.
Everything's dead.
Stay.
Protect this core, Tenno.
I think now I'll
There is
stick
much we
to...
can glean
No,
from
it's the
how
opposite.
you are
Hans, please stop trying to blind me. I already have enough blind from my muzzle flash. I don't need you to add on.
I add it to
You
you.
have reached the midpoint. Disposing of these cores will be a massive blow to Mayhem.
Alright, so here comes the G3. So as you can see, this is the electricity,
Grenier
and
technology
for this
control.
one
Stay. Moving in.
we have a bunch of pets. It's here.
We jab it.
No, please don't. Oi!
No worry.
Hans, please don't do that.
Uh,
He jumped off the pad for fun. Please don't do that.
If you can spend some CC, throw it behind. They are catching up.
Okay, 1G3 down. Alright, I think all three G3 are down.
Stay.
Currently this is not Law Nightmare. We will be doing Law Nightmare after this with the same loadout, which will be more challenging since Law Nightmare does have nullifier drones that kind of fly around, and if you stand under them, you can't cast abilities. And your abilities get cancelled out as well, which is quite challenging.
The Grineer have
For something like Mesa, which relies heavily on...
Careful, behind you got napalm.
Yeah, so I was just saying, later on for Nightmare, I need someone to CC the back because the things that they're not CC, so they're catching up.
You are
Having a
nearing
heavy gun like
extraction.
on your ass is
This is the
To
final
be honest,
push.
cataclysm it for you.
Rooster.
Clear.
actually, no.
Alright, so the clear has been given. Any res?
Okay.
Any res?
Nowhere.
Okay.
I check.
What's happening there?
Something where?
Is there something? Hans is checking.
What was the waypoint 5, that one?
Alright, so here we are at the most photogenic part of Law Nightmare. Yeah, this is the hijack phase where the core is lifted into the sky, and we have a lot of fun with this because, yes, you know, I think everyone can kind of cast their favorite ability on the screen, and like we'll see what we get.
Greatly in defending against future Fomorian attacks, but we must return to our purpose.
I didn't manage to
Has
get up.
retreated to Phobos. Track him down.
Okay, look.
Jack in the box says you can take 3 to 4 Zs before failing on Nightmare. That is not true. Currently, I think it can take 2 Zaps.
2 zaps.
In the past, it was an instant failure, but right now it's about 4.5k damage. So yes.
Not sure if intended.
So right now it's like 2 Zaps.
Is Setsu.
Right now it's 2 Zaps.
Tenno, I've detected
So yeah.
a strange atmospheric
Yeah, just search for rest. This isn't a speed run.
origin and may confer resistances on them.
Also,
Yeah.
Oh,
don't break it. Razor and Tampon haven't connected.
Yeah,
Nara. Why you do this?
I got small thing spike already. Not sure.
Think-
Zana, is the ping stable outside?
Yeah, it's stable.
40-ish, right?
I don't have the overlay up, so
Okay, wait, should go first.
Tenno,
Then how can you not be
bad
stable?
news. There are
I know,
reports
I know.
of a fatal Fomorian in the system.
It's 30 millisecond on.
0.6.
200.
oh, there's more res. Good.
Yeah, there's more.
Another right.
More.
Now we just need a sculpture, you can get speed runs
Yep.
up.
It's the holy trinity in any raider's dreams is to get 2 rares, because a rare crate and a reinforced crate can spawn. As you can see, 30 minutes affinity booster. Previously I got a 60-minute credit booster. So reinforced crates drop 60-minute boosters, and normal rare crates drop 30-minute boosters. The dream is obviously to get both a reinforced and a rare, as well as an Ayatan. That is the holy trinity, as we call it.
Please start. Oh wait.
So someone started the...
Okay, I will be
Sorry,
serious.
Ramon. Yeah, for Nightmares it's serious. Normal anyway, but Nightmares will be a bit trickier. Clear one second.
Time to put the wrong one, the correct one.
So good morning to anyone tuning in as well. I think there's a bunch of people coming in. So yeah, we are doing an 8 ping frame randomized raid, where we just, you know, roll random frames and equipment and see what we get, and kind of just run with it for all the raids. Hope you guys are having a great morning in the US, and whatever time anywhere else. Hope you guys are having a great day as well. So do remember to donate you know, if you have the means, because breast cancer is a serious problem, and it definitely doesn't hurt to show support. I personally haven't really suffered much from. I personally haven't had anyone close to me suffer breast cancer, but I have seen some of my mom's friends experience it, and it does, you know, it definitely does have its negative impacts on family life as well as personal and professional relationships. So in this case, this is the chimney phase of lore. Basically, each chimney has a symbol as well as a set of pipes leading up to it. And usually we go in a counterclockwise fashion. So in this case, we are going to do this chimney next, and I am going to be taking a pad for it. So only when two people pad, and you know, these pipes leading up to the door, only when both are active, then the door will open, allowing for the bomb runner to drop the bomb inside and blow it up so that Heck can't stand on the chimneys afterwards. When all 5 chimneys are alight and Heck falls down to the ground, he is vulnerable to attack and he can be killed, which marks the end of the raid. Yes, I will be running the last bomb, sure.
Just leave Zana inside.
Please don't.
Let's show a negative demonstration.
Please don't do that. Can someone open the door, please? I know you guys really want to kill me, but
I'm also stuck inside of.
alright, so Heck is down. I think that was a clean run, so please don't. No, never mind. Kanko ruined it.
Let's just reset lah.
So this is one of the.
Dana died first stage.
Oh yeah, I died first stage because someone shot the bomb. Don't do that.
Because someone shot the bomb. The true Holy Trinity, a bench.
Arcane acceleration. Alright. Acceleration is a pretty.
There was a lot of
I wish we get the Avenger.
Arcane acceleration is an uncommon arcane from Law of Retribution.
Okay, yeah, me, but
Just to show you what it does, arcanes are items that you can put on your helmet or Sayandana, and they give different effects. So in this case, acceleration is on critical hit plus. On critical hit, you have a small chance to add fire rate to rifles. It's not very useful compared to some of the more powerful ones like Arcane Grace, which basically gives you passive health regeneration on taking damage, which is great for endurance builds and to prevent you from taking damage.
I need to restart Warframe.
I personally right now I'm using the Arcane Energize as well as Arcane Precision. Arcane Energize basically on energy pickup, 40% chance to replenish energy to nearby allies. It's a pulse of energy that is 100 energy, so you personally get 125 energy off a single energy orb, which is awesome. And you help your allies get energy as well. And on my helmet is Arcane Precision. So Precision is, just let me find it. Arcane Precision is on hit shot. You get additional damage to pistols for a few seconds. This also carries over into Peacemaker, which is why I run it on my Mesa. So, how's things going on the chat? Unfortunately, I haven't really had the chance to read the chat, but hope you guys are enjoying it.
No, I mean the last
What?
one on the second row.
The chat what?
Yes, let's get some hype in the chat as well. They can't hurt.
nothing in Storm is pink.
So, we are waiting for Razor SG. I think he's having some connection problems. Just give him a little bit of a moment to connect, and then we'll start with Law Nightmare as well.
Razor, do you
Moment,
have
yeah.
a day
Oh yeah,
break
and
or this,
RB, please change
sorry,
to
sorry.
something that isn't orange.
I'm lazy to type, sorry.
Please use
do
your
you have
proper
day break?
name.
I'll be
Yeah,
doing
I
a day
changed
break,
it
if not,
After
Okay,
this, we
day
need
break,
to
right?
inspect.
What is that?
Daybreak, D-A-Y-B-R-E-K. Delta,
The
Alpha,
color scheme.
Yankee, Bravo, Romeo.
Daybreak color scheme.
Yeah, Daybreak. Echo, Alpha, Kilo.
This one, right?
Recolor the
yeah, and
ship.
Yeah, those of you who didn't mod your...
Oh yes,
server,
recolor the ship as well. Equipment.
Don't forget to put vacuum in your sentinels. Those who forgot it.
Yeah.
Customize
And
Landercraft.
no specters, no specters.
Unfortunately,
instant gip.
Unfortunately, there aren't any multiple configs for Fashion Frame, but I will color it pink for this event, so don't worry about it.
A fearsome appearance, operator.
Fearsome appearance
You will
indeed.
strike terror in your enemies.
I think for the energy, I'll change it to pink as well, or a pinkish white, just to give it a little bit more kick.
Speed.
How about a nice crispy salmon?
I think the orange tint also needs to go. Give it a red. Alright.
I think I should put this one also.
Pink ship. There we go. Pink ship. Actually, while we're at it, why not? Why not go one step further? Why not go one step further and color everything pink? Inside the ship. I haven't really touched the interior of my ship for a while. But yeah, let's get some of that pink in Warframe to show our support for breast cancer,
Okay, back.
which is what this is about. I haven't really been paying attention to my cat, and I do apologize.
Okay, back, ready when ready.
So is everyone ready
Make
for Law Nightmare?
Wait, make sure your sentinels are modded properly.
This Mesa helmet has a face on the back. Yes, it does. Over here. It looks a bit weird. It's a bit like I don't know. It's a bit of an alien face, but it is interesting.
Zana, your frame isn't that critical for CC. Just
Yeah, I know.
the chat. I mean, this is the stream after all. Yeah.
The
We
important.
can carry you. Don't worry.
Sure. That name for the cover, yes, Killer Queen. It is a JoJo reference. I'm sorry. So, how are you guys today? For those who are watching the stream, hope you guys are having a great morning.
Wait. I'm still modding.
We are just waiting for Hans to finish his modding. He's changing some stuff up from the previous raid.
Forgot the sentinel also.
I kind of forgot to put in a nameplate, but that's fine. You know.
Disgusting.
No, Nara has the most meta loadout of all of us. Comb, Lex, and Leslie. So what the hell?
Inaros also.
Naros. Oh,
Yeah.
with Griffin. LB, how are you?
So this is the 8 random.
Pink enough yet?
Oh, we need to investigate. Check.
Time to check.
Check LB first.
Time to check. Is it pink enough? That's the real question. Yeah, it is.
Please don't change last minute.
Alright, so LB is pink enough, and I think most of us are ready for the raid to start.
Okay then, I'll start on your queue.
Alright, is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go then.
How were you operated?
Let's go. Deep breaths, like manner.
What is that front sculpture in Armory? My Armory is surrounded by Ayatan via Ayatans, and in the very front of it, the one that's spinning is the Donda from the Chains of Hero quest. You can buy the Donda decoration for your ship for I think 25 ducats from Iron Wake once you have finished the Chains of Hero quest. So yeah.
Wow, spoiler.
Spoil. It's not really spoilers.
Spoiler.
But everyone here has at least done it.
So we are doing Law of Retribution Nightmare right now. The main difference for Law of Retribution Nightmare is the fact that there are nullifier drones. So drones like this, if you stand under it, as you can see, my abilities are cancelled out, just like if I was standing in a nullifier bubble. Which,
Those people with reliable weapons.
yes,
Very nice.
I will be using my Mesa to try to clear them out.
Do it, Lee.
Yep. Yeah, Mesa can target the drones, which is great.
Okay, room. Let's fuck.
Sorry.
I'll take room.
I'll be within cool.
Alright, I think we're clear. Please don't shoot the bomb. In Law Nightmare, the bomb explosion radius is also much larger than usual and it does a lot more damage, so if you're not confident, please don't shoot the bomb. Usually for Law Nightmare, what we advise is 2 bless. 2 bless will usually prevent you from dying.
The other blast comes.
The other bless is usually an EV bless, which is who blesses right before you blow up the bomb.
EV plus.
Yeah.
If you bless, please. Thank you.
The EV bless only lasts for 1 second on most builds because of the negative duration. So it's not very reliable in terms of giving your teammates damage resistance, but it is a good instant heal as well as a very good clutch damage resistance. Hans, your blind isn't doing anything to the drones.
Still got enemy there. Actually, I cannot even see. Actually, I cannot even see the thing here.
Right.
But I do die too fast.
If you have friends to do
Shit. That works.
Alright, everyone run.
It's very slow. Yeah, no one's judging us.
There will be people judging you.
I mean, we are running a suboptimal build just because of randomize, so I think we're doing pretty well for what we are given.
Some of the sun is like less than.
This one sucks.
I mean, at least we have EV lah.
Who's the carrier? Okay.
Sarin's
Sarin is great for carrying because she has a energy pool of 850 with prime flow.
0.7 rare.
I need energy.
Where is rare?
Waypoint 7. So as you can see, in raids, yes, rares spawn very very often. We got 2 rares from. How many rares did we get actually? We got 3 rares. We got 3 rares from Law just now, and we've gotten our first one right here. So rares do spawn very often, and rares are also a great way to get boosters like credit boosters, experience boosters. Oftentimes after we finish our daily raids, if we have a credit booster or a resource booster, sometimes we do some farming runs as well. I shouldn't have stood around when the bomb was about to blow up. That was my bad.
Keystone Gate just not there. That's a good way to piss it off.
We're waiting for credits.
I don't want.
Credits is also great for raids. Are also great for credits because on average, you do get about 1 to 2 million every day if you do all 3 raids. Yes, you do get, and yes, boosters do drop very often in lore because of the rares. So on average, even if you're not running a booster, you get about 1 million credits. It's a great way to... Raids are great in the sense that, unlike something like the Index, for example, you're actually getting additional stuff like Arcanes, which some of which can sell for up to 500 plat, like Arcane Energize, which is a great source of income if you take the time to learn it, and you know, if you have a team like me to do it with. For anyone who's interested in raiding, I definitely advise, you know, you learn it, and a great place to learn it is the Warframe Raid School Bus. The Warframe Raid School Bus is a PC you know, Discord that actually teaches all 3 raids from top to bottom, and they're very professional. So definitely do check them out if you are interested in learning any of the raids. It's not sponsored by the Raid School Bus. I'm just plugging them because I love them.
Got him on the run. Chase him down and deliver Tenno
Actually, Sana,
justice.
without boosters, credit rewards on 3 is 770k around there. With boosters,
Note
we
that
have 1.5 million.
if you do JV as your first raid of the day, you double EXP, I mean credits on top of your booster for 4
Really?
times.
You mean it lasts all the way until stage 3, your daily first?
Yes.
Hey, can we start with GG next time?
There's no raid upstairs.
Okay, serious. This is the...
It
this
can
one's
last until the stage 3, but
I have
because
never
the one
encountered a security
the stage
system
1 and
like
stage
this.
2, if you
Tenno,
finish it,
you need to figure
the
out
double credit booster will apply to that. So unless you are DC after the stage 3, then you will not get the booster, the double daily. Oh no, Nara, you hear Nara?
I just loaded in.
Yeah, get in fast.
So for this stage, I think I will be trying to pick off all the drones if possible
Yep.
with my Peacemaker.
Atlas, yeah.
It's a bit unfortunate that I have 2 projectile weapons, which makes me unable to hit things efficiently at long range. Right now Hans is assigning everyone to a pet. Usually for lore we tend to assign certain frames to certain pets because some of them are more efficient in certain positions. For example, a Blessed Trinity, which most people run in a meta team, would be taking the center pets because Bless is based on your affinity radius, which is 50 meters around you or 67 meters with the Vazarin discipline approach node. So yes.
Don't worry about that part.
Of course, with the changes coming with Plains of Eidolon, I think the Vazarin nodes will all be changing, so that's just a short-lived thing that is gonna change soon. By the way, Plains of Eidolon hype. It's coming next week, and there will be a Twitch campaign, and you know, definitely do consider tuning into any partnered streamer for exclusive sigils and loot as well. Definitely thank the mods for hosting. I am pretty new to this as well. Thank you to the hosts for conducting all the you know, donations and stuff.
Yeah, too many.
By the way, I think there is a 250 plat giveaway during the next, I think, about hour of the stream. So I think it would be great if we could get that started sometime soon. Thanks to the mods for helping out with that.
Okay, let's go.
Someone shoot the
Drop my
fire for me. I can't get out of bubble.
Wait, where are you?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Alright, so this is the most dangerous part of the Law of Retribution Nightmare. Temple DC.
You are for it. There's nothing I can do.
If possible, look at Discord.
Please pad.
Can we edit?
I had one.
Stay.
I'll go ahead.
Give me a moment.
Stay,
Tram has been rerouted. It will now draw power from your shields in order to keep moving forward. Get these doors open if you want to keep the core moving. Be careful. My scans show this track has been mined.
I forget.
The tram is retreating.
I forgot that today I'm not the
Zana, Setsu just PM me saying we forgot to color our wings.
Yeah, we can do that later.
Okay,
Sure.
We are making progress.
Okay.
Stay sharp, Tenno.
Done.
The tram is not going anywhere until we get these doors open.
Hans never cleared mine.
I apologize for not putting a nameplate on the stream as well. I think that kind of slipped my mind. But yes, for those of you who don't know who I am Zanagoth. I'm mainly a YouTuber, and my content is mainly just raids, and with a bunch of friends that right now we're raiding with, we take like one frame, for example, Excalibur or Mesa, and we kind of run with 8 of it and see what happens.
Nara, you stay here, yeah?
Okay, good. Stay. Moving.
Right now it's clear.
Stay.
So much from your insides. So, I brought his creation
Just
to extract them.
Okay.
Next up.
They are committing a justice.
I think we can focus fire one of the G3 down.
Oh, no.
My court.
So there's electricity.
Get the bay doors open.
Alright, electricity's off.
Premier have regained
Okay,
control of
moving in.
the tram.
Alright.
You are nearing extraction. This is the final
This
push.
heck. Okay.
How
Failure to stop the Tenno will result in your failure to continue breathing.
From my side already. Hey!
I am who
Okay.
for
Split.
this nonsense. Finish them off.
Alright. Are we clear? Yeah, we're clear.
Yeah. This is awesome for farming,
Got mine at the end of
Premier
your
have
range.
control and are pulling back the tram.
Don't shoot it.
That's just.
Someone shot it.
Don't shoot it.
Sorry, I cleared it already.
Alright. So it's the end screen. Everyone go ahead and use the abilities if you want.
The core will help greatly in defending against future Fomorian attacks, but we must return to our positions. Has retreated to Phobos. Track him down.
Does Peacemaker scale from anything? Yes, it does. Peacemaker does scale off your secondary weapon mods. Peacemaker is a crit Peacemaker is usually built for crit oriented weapons. So crit mods benefit Peacemaker a lot. So usually we run with something like Lex Prime, Euphona Prime, weapons that have builds that run crit. Or in the case of something like the Duotoxicist, which even though it is a status weapon by nature, if you headshot an enemy with it, the bonus to fire rate and additional toxin damage does carry over into your Peacemaker for the duration of the buff.
Actually, that's not very optimal advice. Should just run.
I want to sell my.
So it is interesting,
There are
but
reports of a Baylor for more
Peacemaker does scale off secondary mods. And if you could have a status weapon with a crit build on it, and it would still benefit Peacemaker a lot. It's just that you would probably gimp the weapon itself.
Amber stuff.
As counterintuitively, you should actually put fire rate mods.
Alright, there is a giveaway right now for 250 plat. Do type #charity into the text to enter.
Alright, stack up, stack up. Stack up, then we'll pizza, then move in.
I think it's a little bit unfortunate because I haven't received my glyph yet. My glyph is not yet in the game, even though I recently got partnered, so unfortunately I can't do a giveaway of that. But I do have something planned for later in the stream after JV, so do stay tuned for that.
Dying so far. Did we roll on that cross?
They're setting coordinates for another Fomorian strike.
They just,
Yes, someone cover the consoles please, don't let them hack it. In this case, the difference between Law and Law Nightmare in this case as well is that usually in Law Normal, the consoles that the enemies need to hack are in the center of the arena, which is here, but in Law Nightmare they are spread out across the map into areas such as here, over here at Elof's point. This green screen shows that it's been hacked. So if the Grenier activate all the consoles, the laser fires and all the chimneys reset, and you have to start it from scratch.
very embarrassing when that happens.
Once again, I apologize for not being able to read chat too often because I don't really have it set up well, but I will try to answer your questions as well as respond to some queries and stuff about raids if I can. And there is a 250 plat giveaway once again. In just type in #charity into the chat for a chance to win 250 plat. So yeah. Right now we are at Chimney 4.
Kill cats, kill it.
Blow the bomb, please.
So I can crush you all.
Oh,
I
that
missed my swing, yeah. That's not cut it.
we are at our last chimney, so we are preparing to kill Hack right now. Alright, Hack is down. Time to...
Where's Hack?
What's going on? Why am I getting knocked down randomly?
Click away. Chasing.
No, why?
Yeah, we don't have a Nova and a Rhino, so unfortunately we can't stun Hack in place. Usually what we do is we have a Nova and a Rhino, and these, they stomp and they molecular prime beside Hack as he lands so that he's unable to fly around. So yeah, we have just finished Law Nightmare. Let's see what we get. Hopefully something awesome like Arcane Grace.
Thank you, Nara. And yeah.
Resistance! Oh dear. Resistance is yes, unfortunately, as Elov said, it's considered relatively garbage in the
Relative to what?
relative. Some of the, for example, in terms of arcanes, for Law Nightmare, some of the more rewarding ones that most people consider as valuable are Arcane Grace, for example, which is a passive, regeneration of health as you take damage. It's really good for tank frames like Inaros. Things like Arcane Pulse. Pulse is also great for something like a Necros, a Despoil Necros that uses his health to, for example, a Despoil Necros could, use 5 health and he picks up a health orb and like he pulses a healing aura for about 100 health at rank 4, which is awesome because it turns you into both a loot generator by desecrating nearby enemies as well as allowing you to heal your allies who are in close proximity to you. So resistance, unfortunately, is I think a 40% chance to resist a electric proc. Yes, 40% to resist an electricity damage effect, which unfortunately is not very useful compared to some of its compatriots like Arcane Grace and Pulse.
Only 30 grace. Only.
Reminder to change your Arcwing to pink.
Yeah. Who's missing? LB. Is it LB? Yeah, it's
Oh,
LB.
nice. Yeah, I'll be.
Bordis is half.
I'm leveling up my.
I may require maintenance after all.
So we're actually cheating a bit because of
Alright, there's a. Oh my.
Sorry, girlfriend, girl.
There are 1,200 people watching right now. Welcome to the stream. Good morning to all of you who are just tuning in, and for anyone else in the world, hope you're having a good day. So I apologize for the lack of nameplate, but my name is Zanagoth, and I do primarily 8-frame raids where I take 1 frame and we run 8 of it. Right now I'm running it with my team here, which are my clanmates from the Demonic Space Pirates clan. It's a clan based in Southeast Asia, and we do daily raids. But yes, this is kind of why I am able to do these things, because I have a consistent group that's constantly backing me up. And
There's a time-limited mission alert available.
Here's another piece of advice for anyone who wants to get into raiding. It's a huge boon if you can get into a clan that raids regularly, because one of the things about raids is that usually when you pub it, you don't really know who you're working with. But if you get into a squad that regularly does it together, you kind of learn how each other work, and you get to bond with them as well. So that's one of a piece of advice. And yes, another thing is shout out to the raid school bus, which teaches raids. If you don't really have a clan and you can't really find one, do join the raid school bus, because they do have pretty professional raids as well, which and they have much more experienced people, which means you're probably gonna get a better time than your average public raid. So yeah.
Elov had a good question. Do we randomize our Arcwing?
I was about to ask it also.
Oh no, please no. Please don't.
Not like this.
I think for the sake, unfortunately, I don't think we are able to randomize our Arcwings because of the nature for how Arcwing works in Jorda's Verdict. So yeah.
Do we still have to color pink also?
Yes, please do color it pink.
Oh, there's a function to randomize it.
Oh no.
Yeah, there is a function to
Alright, I will personally randomize it. Sure, why not?
Same.
Itzal, oh dear. My Itzal isn't maxed.
Shall we randomize also?
I randomized my Arcwing. Sure.
I randomized mine also.
Okay lah, guys. Let's go. Let's.
So yes, this is a 8. So yes, this is an 8.
Okay, wait, I'll prove it. Switch to the Zana. You should switch to the Arcwing loadout so that they can see.
Jana, switch to.
Yeah, I already randomized mine. So give me a moment. Let me view Arcwing loadouts. And everyone, on the count of 3.
Wait.
Oh wait, everyone get ready.
Okay, I see. Okay, ready.
Alright, so everyone on the count of 3 hit the randomize button. 3, 2, 1.
Not like this.
Alright, unfortunately we only have one Amesha, which is Tampon Teabag. Amesha is usually considered the most powerful of the Archwings for Jorda's Verdict because you can provide yourself and your teammates protection, as well as give them very high damage immunity. Itzal is usually considered the worst because Itzal is very squishy and often gets knocked out from the tunnels because it runs out of shields very easily. So in this case, I think Tampon will have to actively try to give us the drones from his first skill, Amesha first skill, and try to give us damage immunity because as Itzal we are very weak. One of the benefits of Itzal, however, is the ability to blink, which allows it to move very great distances very quickly. Unfortunately for me, I was in the midst of leveling my Itzal.
Well put together.
So
Now get out of
that actually does pose some problems. I will try to build it for as much survivability as possible.
Odonata Prime?
Yes, you may switch to Odonata Prime if that's where all your upgrades are. Your weapons cannot change because there is no such thing as Prime Archwing weapons, and I hope they aren't. Because
That's dual equivalent,
right now
There
what
may
to-
be-
they are not
there may be
that
Prime
popular.
Archwing weapons.
Level
Never mind.
22 is
dual
not
equivalent
like
also
this.
Soon.
Where is the best place to level Archwing stuff? Salacia Neptune. It is a mobile defense, and yes, there are constant spawns. Usually, what I advise is if you are leveling a Archwing, if you are leveling an Archwing, bring a weapon like Fluctus. Just for the sake of showing you, Fluctus is this weapon. I'll change back to Velocitus. Fluctus is this weapon. It fires off waves of energy like not unlike Excalibur's Exalted Blade. So that way you can kill a bunch of stuff and get a EXP. If you are leveling a weapon, I advise you bring something like Amesha or Electron. Electron can easily nuke a whole room worth of enemies with its nukes and Thumper. And Amesha can Amesha can actually grant complete damage immunity to the mobile defense target on Salacia, so that's also great. So I think I'm very lucky in the sense that I rolled the Velocitus weapon. The Velocitus weapon is awesome against Jordas because Jordas does take a lot of damage from radiation and cold because of his infested sinew armor. And yeah, Velocitus is the best weapon, hands down, in the game for killing Jordas in the raid as well as the Jordas Assassinate. Just because when the Velocitus crits, it does a truckload of damage. I think later on in the raid, if we have everything set up properly, the Velocitus can hit up to upwards of 200k damage on the Jordas Golem, which kills it very, very quickly and allows us to move on to the next phase.
Yeah,
You used Formas on my Archwing stuff. Yes, I did, unfortunately. We want comedy, not Warframe tutorial. Unfortunately.
Are the Ameshas all using energy field?
Yes, the Odonatas, we advise them to use Energy Field because
Ameshas, my bad.
it does a lot of damage. We have 2 Odonata Primes, yes.
Yeah, as you can
Effort
use
JP for Forma.
But you are the only Velocitus though, so stay alive.
Wait, am I the only Velocitus?
Yeah, you're the only Velocitus.
Oh no.
The rest of us got garbage weapons. The Singers is a burst rifle, right? I honestly
Singers is burst, yes.
I've got the space symbol.
What did everyone else get? Imperator, Vandal, Fluctus, Gretler, Corvus.
Vandal's not bad lah.
I got the Phaedra.
Phaedra, oh dear.
The fuck, god.
Why does RNG always shit on me?
Okay,
Because you are
ready
suck.
lah.
What is a Corvus?
It's a shotgun.
Shotgun.
Yes, Corvus is a shotgun and it doesn't do very well against the Jordas Golem.
Are we ready? We can go because the timing is.
All right.
9:20.
Race in tunnel. Yes, some people actually do that. I'm not very good at tunnel, unfortunately, so I'll probably get kicked out.
Okay.
I think for this, just give me a moment.
Wait. Give me a moment also.
I have to
preparing
change
race
my.
in
I'll be changing my health pads to shield pads.
Bring both lah.
Bing both lah.
Wait, do I have large?
Shout out to my girlfriend Michelle. Thank you.
All right, so I've changed my keybind. I do have some of my pads bound to keys as well, which is very helpful for raiding. Like if you need energy in a pinch, you can just press 6. In my case, it's energy pads, and 8 for shield pads.
Pocket energize.
Okay, I will start on your queue.
All right, so are we ready?
I'm ready for energize. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, let's go.
Jana, we are waiting for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready. Anytime.
Already.
Yeah, starting in 3 seconds. Frame to CC. Please don't CC.
It's gonna be very hard.
Oh no.
It's gonna be very annoying lah. Not hard,
No,
but annoying.
it's only gonna be annoying if people DC.
That's true. And I
I go
can't
again as usual, yo. Later.
Who's playing football?
Anyone actually?
it feels so weird.
Oh dear.
I pressed 1 but I don't know, it's like
So yep,
It's not true.
this is JV. It's a Arcwing and land raid.
It's ahead.
It's also considered to be one of the more complicated raids because stage 3 is very confusing for a lot of new players. And while I don't think I have the capacity to give a full tutorial during the stream, I will try to show how it works. I'll be staying outside, yes.
But you should have done this because I don't know.
Who's the Electron?
Me. Not me.
Oh dear.
Kamesa 4, please.
Good thing you're not in here, Brana.
Who is Kamesa?
I'll just be invisible outside. Oh wait, that doesn't work because the enemies are shooting the spore. Oh, that was a bad move. Yeah, Amesha should stay outside. That was a bad.
Bad call.
That was a bad call. Because Itzao is a really squishy. Itzao is a really squishy Arcwing, and relies heavily on staying still and being invisible to survive, which unfortunately we can't really do since, yes, JV is a very mobile raid in terms of the Arcwing segments.
Okay, push it
I
in.
just realized I
Maybe
don't have Pursuit.
those are reflectors. Please clear the mine with debris. So that as
We
well.
don't have flappers.
Yeah, one minus.
We have one Fluctus. I don't know who it is,
Yeah.
but
Ilov, you drag okay.
Me.
I'll be shooting the pads as well. So if the spore touches this green door, it will die. So the objective here is to get the spore to the end of the room.
Hey, watch it. Top 2 already. Top 2. Top 3 guys. Top 2. Top 3 open. Come on. One side. Again.
Wait, did the spore die?
There, yeah.
Yes, it is. That's unfortunate.
I'll stand by door 3. Someone else stand by door.
Warframe Stalker Arcwing. Oh dear. Is that really something?
Just get ready. Don't. Factors don't hit this. Small thing out of damage is not risky. Don't get ready.
Don't Phaedra was hit scan.
Phaedra is hit scan.
Don't up. Don't trigger. Don't do open. Watch you ready. That might be dead.
Alright, so we've gotten the spore through. And the objective is to let the spore hit this door, and then after that we can proceed to the ground phase. So yeah. 8 randomized ping frame rate. My name is Zanagoth, and for those who have just joined, thanks for coming, and yes. We are doing a ping frame rate in support of breast cancer, and you know, we are doing a randomized rate as well, because why not?
This device appears
Zana,
to
I think
neutralize
phrasing.
corrosive elements.
We're not doing it in support of breast
Is
cancer.
this how the ship's crew hoped to overcome the
I mean, it is in support of the
My
cause.
crew and I came here looking for a way to overcome the devastation.
Here's a JV tip, by the way. There is a rare downstairs, yes.
Come in.
Oh yeah.
Here's a JV tip. In JV there are rares, but to tell if a rare has... Hey, there's actually a Ayatan also.
Huh?
There's an Ayatan and a rare downstairs.
Feel more aggressively, we don't have an
Yeah, there's Ayatan.
So usually there's this area where we need to fill this injector with and then kill the nerve. But sometimes you don't know whether there's a rare downstairs. So what we do is we use the synthesis scanner to see if there are rares downstairs. In this case, there are.
Okay.
Yes, that is a rare. How to tell if there's a rare? Usually, if there is no rare, there are only two normal crates next to each other. But if there is a third crate or a third item down there, then it is a rare or an Ayatan. So yeah, fun facts. And yeah, hope that helps people with, you know, efficient JV rare hunting, I guess.
You can't clear that overgrowth, then you
You
need
do have the rest and it'll be different color.
I've marked
I just realized something. I should probably not have brought muzzle flash to this.
my scan
I should have used my more kill efficient build.
ship system.
What are you doing? Don't touch that. Leave.
We need to kill a lot faster because they were necros.
Yeah.
So anyone with the Atherex or Scolia, please go wow.
I have no
Excalibus EBO, EBO.
One more.
Left is full.
My EB is weak because my hit shot on the level 21.
We need one more, right?
But your MR24.
Yeah, that's right. Doesn't matter that one.
You should have enough mod capacity. Did you not potato your heat sword?
Left.
Also, after we complete the JV raid, I think we do have some time left over,
Left side.
and after we complete the JV raid, I do think we have some time left over. So I will be doing a little something special during that segment. So do stay tuned. I'll be trying to do some giveaways as well. So yeah.
Scared
Okay,
already.
everyone please call your coin and
Up
say
on
that.
left. Up on left.
Right.
I'm on middle.
I won't nano farm now.
Going out to get that kind of thing. Who got sign out still now? Oh, Spectre.
Someone roll a sign up.
No, it's a Spectre. It's not a Spectre.
So if one
Do it earlier. Is it me or is it him?
Surge incoming. Watch out.
you should talk more at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we
very
just
boring.
Yes, this is unfortunately the most people consider to be the most boring part of the JV raid, mostly because decryption does last for about 5 minutes, even at high performance, and there's no real way to like speed it up beyond that. So yeah, this is pretty much a talking session. I will be reading chat during this segment and answering any questions or, you know, queries that you guys have. Also, once again, thank you to everyone who is tuning in right now. 100 hours of Warframe in support of breast cancer. And a very good morning to anyone who has just joined. What is your opinion on Volt Prime? I need you to be more specific about that. Is it...
Surge incoming. Watch out.
Power speed.
I mean, Volt is Volt. He's great for speed. JV speed run? No, this isn't really a speed run.
We can you want?
No, no.
Why not?
This isn't meant to be a speed run.
I don't think we can.
And yes, with 8 random frames, it won't be as optimized as it could be.
Yalla.
Because we don't have Necros.
And we don't have any.
No, clean.
Make it
Why am I using Shatter Shield? Why am I using Shatter Shield? Shatter Shield doesn't do anything against Invested.
Right.
Charges have a range attack, so
Yeah, but charges only have a range attack if you are out of their melee range.
if you low on batteries, go to middle. Most of those ones are middle. Just
What
pick up
is-
middle and transit.
What is your favorite Warframe, male, female? That's a good question. I've never actually thought about it. And I am missing my head because of Shade Prime. Because of Prisma Shade. What am I? Shade Prime, yeah. There isn't Shade Prime, I'm sorry. It's Prisma Shade, which I wrote randomly. Ah, my head's back, good.
Zana, you should start venting about how you don't main a Warframe.
Yes, unfortunately, I don't really play favorites. I kind of just use what I feel is most efficient for the role. So yes.
Your opinion is wrong.
What do you think is the strongest? What do you think is the strongest Warframe in the game at the moment, with and without mods? Strongest Warframe in terms of like the amount of. I think without mods, like for a new player, for example, I think Rhino is one of the most powerful, just because of how insane Iron Skin is for a new player. With mods, like if you're talking about fully min-maxed, I don't know. There's a lot of frames that are very, very powerful when fully modded. Nidus is very powerful. Inaros is very powerful. Nova is insane in terms of like, especially for speedrunning as well. Poor Mesa keeps losing a hit. Yes, unfortunately, that's what happens. It is a bug with the Prisma Shade invisibility.
I want to ask him to define what he means by powerful. As in powerful for what?
It does, yeah, it does. It is very. How would I put it? It is very contentious. It's very contentious because we don't really know in terms of strong what do you mean. Like, do you mean they can kill a lot of things very quickly? It can do a lot of things very well. Yeah, there's a huge range of stuff when it comes to Warframes, and there isn't really a best. And that's kind of how the game is designed. So yeah. I mean, it's a fun bug, so it doesn't really hurt anyone except my Mesa. And yes, fun fact for JV, don't open this door until everyone's loaded in, because sometimes people get stuck behind this door.
Peculiar looking flesh flower.
Operator system will be refined, so try to stop pop focus. Yes, I have actually done that. I think I do have enough for PoE. Is there gonna be a VOD for this? Yes, there is.
Left, get ready, left.
Right is ready.
Yeah, left, get ready.
I don't have batteries.
Watch at 6.
We're waiting for the infested to come to our position so that we can get the batteries.
Left ready. rev ready? Okay, I open window.
I can go film. Thanks, Hans. Thanks, Hans.
You've reached the reactor.
Can't believe Nara used the SOFH but didn't feel the right side.
Okay, don't search for res.
Why not?
I think because
Feels
we
bad.
don't have a Necros, and we need everyone to be killing and filling.
Yeah, I don't think checking for rares would be a good.
We're gonna end up reversing our grabs.
Yeah, we need because we don't have a Necros, unfortunately. We're kind of starved for batteries, so unfortunately everyone has to do elevator duty. Normally we would check for rares in these side rooms. It's a low chance to spawn in this case, compared to something like Law of Retribution, where rares kind of spawn every other day. So yes, this is the elevator phase. We will just be moving up. Essentially, to keep the elevator moving up, the 4 consoles on the side of the elevator have to be under a bubble. If not, it will start moving downwards.
Nilo, are you still bringing EV?
Yeah, oh, you don't EV, yeah?
Yeah, I want some energy so I can EV again.
If I find a target,
Here got a lot.
fix spawn, please. I'm not supposed to say that, cheesecake, sorry.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we
Two
finished.
Yep, done. Oh crap. No.
Oh, I don't have health pets.
One.
This is really bad. I'm probably gonna die. Yes, I'm gonna die. Never mind. I'm just gonna stay in the bubble until the phase ends.
That did it. You forced the
It is not one guy doing 100 hours. It's 50 streamers
Get to extraction.
doing 2 hours each for a total of 100 hours.
Guys,
Where are you
Legendary, man.
if I see Rare, she'll die.
Waypoint 6.
There's nothing at Waypoint
Reactor
6.
deterioration is
If I
increasing
get
rapidly.
Rare,
You're not
she'll
going to
die.
make it in time.
Please don't debate me.
Waypoint 9. I am done.
Hey, if I get the Rare, you guys or not?
Alright, I'll wait.
Alright, so this is JV stage 3. And yes, rank 22 Itzal. I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
Our MR is higher than your. It's alright.
At least you got school back.
This duel,
Oh, not like this.
Zana will play football, right? Okay.
In this case, yes, I will play football.
Prepare for
I
Aqua.
will handle the
Okay,
drop.
covering them.
Wait,
I got both.
Operator,
Oh no, I'm using Ref Bone. Feels bad, man.
unfortunate creature.
let's go.
Alright, so for tunnel section, if you run out of shields, you get kicked out.
no sympathy?
I think Tempon D-Back is a Amesha, so he can try giving us
Yeah, thank you.
Vengeful Rush, which basically gives us full immunity until we are at maximum energy. And yeah, he has also his first skill. Amesha's first skill actually allows an ally to not take damage completely for a limited number of attacks. In this case, every tick of damage in the tunnel is considered one attack, so yes, it's a limited time immunity as well.
Oh, I just realized I can't get over shit because my mouse.
Yeah.
Someone hacks the next boost.
But it's all like 600
No.
shield.
I keep fighting.
Tampon
I'll move
6.
it, I'll move it.
Okay, Hans went through.
Sure? Okay, great. Very slow most of it.
I only have one,
Go shot.
so yeah.
Rare. Oh no.
It's stage 2, I think.
Told you to leave.
It's a stage 2 rare.
It's the
It's a second nerf rare, sorry.
Oh, done. Oh, Hans is here.
yeah.
Wait, Hans.
Run,
I'll fill outside.
run. And vaporize of course.
Flame out.
You're
Alright,
hurting.
so the nerf went down. Let's go. Odonata, I need you to be near me so I can get the damage bonus.
50, right? Yeah,
Yep,
it's
okay.
I casted it.
dual Decurion is useless.
There we go, 214k. That's the power of that is the power of Velocitus. So if you ever wonder what weapon is really good against Jorda's Golem in either Jorda's Assassinate or JV, it is Velocitus. Alright, so we've pinged him down to 2/3 health and he's moving on to the next phase.
Oh, okay, look. There. The ball is there.
Yeah. I can't believe you guys are doing this stupid spawn vault joke. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
Oh no.
Who's the Electron, please? Not like this. You're using Corven. Yes. Not like this. Not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this, Hans. I'm Itzal already, I'm really dying inside.
I'm used to use Odonata.
At least you guys won't die there. I have 600 shield and no possibility of using shield packs.
Oh yeah, another fun bug. There we go. Outwing melee in ground mode. I wonder what it looks like. Yeah,
Go.
that doesn't look like a very efficient contraption.
Guys. Jump. Fill this one.
What weapon is this? It's like two hammers duct taped together.
I never wanted this.
Okay.
I want to be somewhere else. Taste
What? Oh, and my Mesa's headless again.
I told you to leave.
They're moving the tram up, so
Don't forget that.
I'll go ahead and open the SSH. I think I need someone with a hit scan weapon.
Oh, you need the shortcuts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shortcut.
Shooting it. Getting.
Why have one hammer when you have two? Good question.
Where was it?
Alright, shortcuts mate.
Hang it down.
Okay.
Continue the top.
I'll be going upstairs.
Fill the thing.
I got the bar.
Fill the thing.
Done.
Thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Useless.
waypoint. Okay, there we go.
Nara got in.
It wants you to die.
Nothing upstairs.
Need one more.
On my way.
Okay,
Alright.
Got it.
Stop.
Oh, I'm gonna die next time I come in. That's for sure.
I just crashed.
Wait, what? Nara crashed?
Oh,
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he crashed. He doesn't need to all F4. I don't have the shield, but never mind.
Dual Decurion.
Disgusting.
A lot.
Now you reconnecting.
I'm just loading in.
Thank you,
Thank you, narration.
Guys, I know who is using Warframe. It's not me. It's Capel.
No, like this.
I did like him before the raid.
Oh,
So the one asking if Sana is from Singapore? Yeah, it's-
yes, I am from Singapore. No. Singaporean accent is just difficult to listen to. Oh god! I got kicked out.
Hurry, your shields are eroding.
The Electron,
Can go.
I think I'm flying backwards.
Oh god!
Useless hollow shell.
This is a negative example, guys. Please don't ever bring Electron to I mean, you can bring Electron to JV, sure,
I'm
but
going
just don't use Corvin in the tunnel, so everyone will hate you.
I'm going the wrong way.
Open please, open.
I
Just so you know, I'm
Yeah,
not the
I'll
only
be
one.
open.
What the f...
So afterburner rather.
I'll be
Jack is up.
This is suffering.
Go after.
okay. Shoot. Guys, shoot the summit.
Okay.
You're not supposed to be
Yes! Oh god, it's...
I need one more guy to step on something.
My way or my way?
Okay, I'm shooting the SFH.
useless hollow shells.
Yeah, did Hans go through?
Okay.
Guns on the reject.
Hans got split out, yeah. I think Elof needs to go through. Yeah, this
Shoot
is...
again, please.
This is the standard JV experience, unfortunately. Sometimes things don't work.
I think it's fine, right? Okay. Please feel outside and one touch. Feel outside. Need one more than
Run. Just run.
Is the nerf die? Did nerf
Get
die?
out of here, young boy. Get out. I cannot feel it.
Okay, run.
You're hurting him. Stop.
Okay. Then we can
For people who have never do JV, do not come along the...
almost 10 already, Jana.
Pardon?
You cannot feel it.
Almost 10.
Yep. I think there's about 10 minutes before...
Tenno, it senses you are of like flesh. It is confused.
Alright.
Why do you not follow?
Good night, Joe.
GG.
Good night.
And he's 3 best ability.
Jordis.
Jordis.
Yes, let's hope we get energized.
Done it. The system is a safer place thanks to your efforts here today.
I think if I get energized, I will give it away in this stream, since, you know, why not?
Hi. No hi.
Oh,
Hey, I got energized.
Really?
curse you, Nara. Oh my god. Let's a ticket to the. This is unfair.
Alright.
Alright.
Wow.
That was all serious, right?
Okay, bye bye.
Alright.
Bye bye.
Those of you,
You don't need us anymore,
thanks for
right?
coming. Yep. Thank you for coming. So yeah,
And Jeff.
Thank you for
Yeah,
it.
thanks for the raid, man.
I do have about 10 more minutes left on my segment. So yeah, I do have a little bit of stuff planned. So far I think I haven't really been giving donation incentives, unfortunately. But yes, I will be giving away some arcanes, since I do raid a lot. So first off, I do have Arcane Grace. I do have Arcane Grace to give away. I do have what else do I have to give away? I think I have 5 Arcane Energize to give away as well. Arcane Energize is very powerful, and I think each of them can cost about 500 plat each if you sell them on the market. So they're really, really great. Arcane Grace is also amazing. So yeah, currently I'm not sure if I've set up my donation thing properly. Unfortunately, I think some of the mods were telling me that my donation
All systems nominal.
aspect
You don't
was
need to thank me.
kind of weird. So yeah, this is what happens when you raid every single day. So yeah, I think for a yeah, I'm not really good at this. I apologize. Alright, let's set it up this way. So we've got about 8 minutes left. So for everyone who donates, you know, let's say $5. Let's just put it that way. You know, everyone who donates $5, the first few people to show up on the stream, I will give them one arcane of choice, so Arcane Grace or Arcane Energize. I will be giving away 20 Arcane Grace, means 20 pieces, and 5 Arcane Energize, so 25 pieces in total, first come first serve, for the first 25 people who donate $5. I think that's a pretty fair thing. And yes, I'll be trading them to you afterwards. Unfortunately, I'm MR24, so yeah, actually, come to think of it, I'm MR24. That's a problem. So unfortunately, I think I can only do 19 Arcane Grace and 5 Arcane Energize. Or sorry about that. So yeah, I think I have the. I'm not sure if I have the. Give me a moment. I need to check with the mods as well. I'm not sure if I have the donation set up properly. So yeah, the donation link is in chat. Anyway, before my segment ends, I think there's about 5 more minutes. I think there's about 5 more minutes before it ends. I think next up is Headshot. He's a great Warframe YouTuber. Definitely do check his content out. Next up is Headshot. And before that, I would like to, say thanks to the 7 other people who joined me on the raid. Those are clanmates. Without them, my usual content wouldn't be possible. For those of you guys who don't know who I am, my name is Zanagoth. Check me out on YouTube and Twitch with the same name. I'm mainly on YouTube, so do check me out there. And shout out to Raid School Bus, because so far all our content is raids. So definitely do watch that. If you want to learn raids as well, do check out the Warframe Raid School Bus, which is on PC, and it does teach raids to those who are new. Currently, I think I might have set up the donation alert wrongly, unfortunately. So yes. This is awkward. Do the mods have a log of people who have donated since do the mods have a log of people who have donated? Because I would go through that and give those people the promised rewards. Yeah, I apologize for not setting up the donation thing properly. Oh, there we go. Incoming transmission. Did it show up? Unfortunately, it didn't. Oh, that is problematic. $23 raise, 3 donations. If the I apologize. If the moderators or if the mods do have a list of people who have donated within the past 10 minutes, minimum of $5 each, could I trouble you guys to let me know the names so that I can trade it to those people? Very huge apology. I don't think the I think the notification system, I might have not set it up properly, unfortunately. So yeah. But yes, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Definitely appreciate all the donations as well as all the support. Remember, this is for breast cancer, so definitely do encourage you guys to chip in. And yeah, if anything, there are free arcanes, I guess. So yes, for the next 5 minutes, before we transition to the next person, which is Headshot, I think, do donate. Anyone who donates $5 or more will get a free arcane from me, either Arcane Grace or Arcane Energize. So yeah, definitely do grab that opportunity, and I will, yeah. So yes, and of course, if you don't like Arcane Energize or Arcane Grace for some reason and you want some other arcane, definitely do let me know. I'll give it to you as well. So yeah, you guys have about 2 more minutes to do your donations before the stream, converts over to Headshot. So yes, definitely do donate. Remember, $5 and I will give you a free arcane. The open world is not released yet, unfortunately. Open world PoE is releasing, I think, next week, according to Digital Extremes. So yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate because some of us did intend for like this charity event, our content. We were like hoping we could stream PoE because that's really exciting. But unfortunately, it was delayed. But what do you do? Alright, so I will be doing the trades after the stream, switches to Headshot. I'll be trading them away. So as of now, you still do have your opportunity. Remember, it's $5 minimum, and I will give you a free arcane. I do have Energize and Grace to give away. So yes. The Twitch reward for Plains of Ilon has not shipped yet, so that's only shipping.
Incoming transmission, operator.
That's only shipping next week. Yes, when PoE releases. Anyway, I think it's transferring over to Headshot soon. It's about 10 a.m. So is that Headshot in the chat? It is. All right. So, all right. Looking forward to your segment. Thanks for coming, and yeah, I'll be passing the time on to Headshot. So thanks for coming, and yeah,